You know, I'm a very passionate person. Like, I'm not just like a calm, demure girl. Like, I'm not like that. I'm not chill.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
What is up, guys, and welcome to a new video on the channel. I apologize for not having a video. God, is my audio too loud again? I'm actually thinking about getting a lapel mic. One moment. Trying to figure out this audio has been a huge headache. Anyway, I apologize for not having a Thanksgiving video, and because I didn't, because my November was so fucking crazy, I swear it went from needing to film content for my birthday, which was before November, then my birthday was November 10th, and then we celebrated that, and then we had an extended Thanksgiving family trip plus work trip that was like 9 days, and now I'm back, and this is my first week fully back to work, and so it's just been crazy. And since I didn't have that Thanksgiving video, I just wanted to thank you guys so much, those of you who still watch my channel, those of you who still support me on whichever platform you prefer. I thank you so much, and I appreciate you so much, and if there's anything that I'm thankful for other than my friends, family, health, it would be you guys. It warms my heart, honestly, to have such a little cute community, and like, the smaller it gets, the more I appreciate it, honestly. I never wanted to be famous. I never wanted to be recognized out in public. I never wanted any of the drama that comes with being famous, but I do love the little community that I have, and I feel it too. It's not only parasocial from you guys' direction, but obviously healthily parasocial, where we can understand boundaries and things like that. Hopefully most of us. But anyway, I love you guys as much as I can love someone through a lens. I appreciate you guys so much, more than you guys will ever know. So just a little excerpt for that. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you fucking celebrate. I wouldn't celebrate if Hunter's family didn't celebrate. Honestly, I think it's a dumb holiday. I'm thankful for stuff that I have all the time, but at least I have this time to remind you guys that I'm thankful for you too. It's a good reminder to do that once a year vocally, because I always do it internally every day. Anyway, today we're gonna do a little stream of consciousness video where I talk about something that was an epiphany for me in the last year that I didn't really understand, but now I understand a little bit better. Being like, I don't know if I'm like on the spectrum and autistic or something, or if I'm just hyper logical because I forced myself to be that way because I didn't like how like illogical and emotional and the roller coasters that I saw, like kind of from my mom and stuff. I didn't want to be that way. So maybe I shut off a lot of the emotionality or tried to intellectualize a lot of my emotionality. And now I'm trying to open that back up to be a well-rounded human. And something that I've never understood, and something that I've learned a lot more about through a friend of mine who is kind of this way and who understands this, and it's even helped me understand Hunter, who is a logical person, but also seems to want this, is validation over being right or being logical. Now, here's what I mean by this. Let's say I say something to someone that I care about, like, oh my God, you always do XYZ. And then they take it like I actually do not like them, or there's actually a personality flaw because of them doing XYZ. Let's say, oh my God, you're always late. And then that person sees themselves as like not a late person, or aspires to not be a late person and takes it personally, let's say. And then they get offended and they're like, oh my God, you always attack me for this. You must hate me as a person. I'm thinking that was not my intention at all, and I need to let that person know that that was not my intention. And then once I let that person know of my true intentions, any of the drama that they had in their heart is going to drop off. But in reality, most people, what I'm realizing, especially women and more emotionally in touch people, is what they really want is validation of the emotions more than they want correction of their feeling. So this is crazy to me because you want your feeling to be validated, but you don't want to know that I'm not an asshole that thinks badly of you because you're sometimes late. You don't want to know that I wasn't trying to hurt you. You want me to just be like, I'm sorry, that's totally valid. You know, I'll try to be better in the future. And then you go on with your life thinking that you have a friend that literally does not like you because you're late and is now just going to try to pretend that they aren't mad about it. Like, that's not the case. You know, I want to set the record straight because I feel like if they know that the way they perceived it is incorrect, there's no reason to be hurt in the first place. This has always boggled my mind, and it's so funny because I see people struggle with this in relationships too, especially men, where it's like they just want to be like, they want to either fix it or they want to like be right in a way that where it's like, I didn't mean it that way, so why are you taking it that way kind of thing. I'm personally in that bubble. I think if I say something and I didn't mean it that way, and you trust my intentions and you trust that I didn't mean it that way, and I'm not doing some like backhanded ass bullshit where I actually did mean it that way, but I'm like manipulating you, then you should just drop it entirely and not even feel bad about it, right? Like, tell me in the comments how many of you are in the, I just want to be validated for feeling the way that I feel even if I'm wrong, or I'm wrong in assuming your intentions. Or if you're in the camp of like, if I now know the real intentions, there's no reason for me to be hurt anymore, so I'm just going to go on with my day and be like, oh, that makes sense. And I think, I think most people are in the validation camp. And that's just so odd to me because, like I said before, having a feeling that comes from something that is a misunderstanding or an assumption, like I said, this person made a joke about my lateness because they actually hate me, or because they're actually mad at me, or because they're actually trying to hurt my feelings, that would be the thing that clears up the bad emotion, knowing the intention. But in reality, and even with people who are logical like Hunter, but I think there is something too, well, there obviously is something too, because every therapist would tell you there's something too, validating those emotions and then maybe finding a middle ground where you like validate them first, make the person feel better, and then at the end be like, I just want you to know that I didn't mean it that way, and I'll try to like word it differently so I'm more obvious with my intent next time. And then there's an added annoyance to me for that kind of path, because it means that I have to be careful about the way I say things instead of someone just asking about my intention and then taking it at face value. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to be like, for instance, I'm a very blunt person. I'm a very aggressive speaker. I can sometimes seem like I'm being rude to someone when I'm not. And that's just kind of like how I talk. I like to like rib people and talk shit to people. And I just say things very passionately, you know. I'm a very passionate person. Like, I'm not just like a calm, demure girl. Like, I'm not like that. I'm not chill. I'm not sweet. I don't like think about things that way, and I don't sugarcoat stuff, but I don't feel like I'm overly mean. I just think I'm saying what I think, and I don't think what I think is bad, you know? So for me, it's really hard to do the like, oh, let me try to do something different instead of you just trying to understand me better and then understanding my intention better, or asking. You can literally ask me every single time I get passionate about something, are you actually mad at me, or are you just like venting? Are you actually mad, or are you just being passionate? You're being passionate Tara again, aren't you? And I feel like there's not a lot of people validating because a lot of people don't get it, but there's also a lot of people pushing full validation without the actual groundwork around like, is this relationship still good, or this person actually mean they don't like me when I'm late? Like, I need to know if they actually don't like me when I'm late. I want to know the level to which they are angry at the lateness and how much of it's just a joke so that I can understand the relationship a little bit better. And I don't know if that's me. Is that me like overthinking how relationships are supposed to be? Is the me correcting them and being like, bro, I didn't mean it that way, is that supposed to be implicit instead of explicit? Like, maybe that person who got their feelings hurt knows that I didn't mean it that way, because otherwise why would they be friends with me? And so they're like, that's irrelevant. Why are you not validating me being hurt in the moment? And it just kind of feels like I'm doing someone else's emotional labor, not to use like an annoying like therapy terminology, but it does feel like this person knows my intention is good and now is mad at my tone of voice. Like, what? So for me, it's all very confusing. Post your comments, post your thoughts in the comments, because I'm very curious about this topic, and it's something that I've always struggled with. But I have been trying to be like, oh, I don't want you to feel that way. Like, what can I do to make you feel better? And then being like, well, I just want you to know that that's not how I meant it. I sometimes get passionate with the way that I talk, and it's like super hard because I feel like it's just all fake, you know? I want to just be like, dude, I didn't mean it that way. Like, why are you bent out of shape? Like, I literally just meant like to make a joke, and I promise you I'm not taking offense to the fact that you're late, or I'm not like holding it against you as a human. And then that person should just be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. My bad for being all weird about it. And be like, oh no, your feelings are valid. I can understand where that feeling comes from, but totally unwarranted, totally unwarranted. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, that's how I want it to go. That's what makes sense to me. That's what would happen if it was me versus me. Because I know sometimes I also get hurt about certain things that people say, but that's because I want the context of the intent. I don't want them to change the way that they said it. I don't want them to change the fact that they said it. I'm not one of those people that's like, if I look bad in this dress, never tell me. I want you to tell me that I look bad in this dress. And then if maybe you tell me I look bad in this dress, I'm like, do I just look bad in general right now, or is it just the dress? And that's what I need. That's all I need. I don't need you to be like sweet about it, or like tell me I'm valid for feeling a little bad because I love this dress. Like, I don't need any of that. So I don't know. Which camp do you fall in? Do you fall somewhere in the middle? And what do you think is best practices for a situation like this? And if you have any random anecdotes that fucking came up when you were listening to this video or anything to share, I love reading your comments. I read pretty much all of them, so do post them and let me know what you think. Because I'm working on how to work with other people, but trying to understand them at the same time, which I think is probably the bad thing to do. I think I need to not try to understand something that's not logical, and just understand that they need something that's not logical, and therefore I should give it to them because I care about them. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. I have to go get ready for my spicy stream, which is in 35 minutes. If you guys want to watch me live, I am putting a lot more effort into Twitch and my OnlyFans live stream. Those dates and times are, so Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time is when I'm on Twitch. Every single week unless something comes up, and I usually will post that something came up. And then I'm on my spicy site, my VIP OF, for like an hour, hour and a half every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific. So hope to see you there. I am putting more effort into Twitch because it seems to be paying off a little bit more than YouTube, and I feel like it's more of a place that I can grow. Whereas YouTube is just where I can like rant and ramble and talk about something and it'd be more succinct and not like long form. I still do love the short form content a lot better, but like I've always loved Twitch too. I just don't like the fact that you have to be so consistent in order to grow in Twitch. Like for me, I'm more of a sporadic creative. Like if I'm not feeling it that day, it's really hard for me to do it because I'm an introvert by nature, and I just kind of want to, if I'm not feeling it, I just want to curl up in a ball and never talk to anyone ever again. You know what I'm saying? So I can still be charismatic, but it's not what I want to do. So being trapped into long form content multiple times a week instead of just front loading a bunch of short form videos, that kind of gives me anxiety. But I'm trying to just go one stream at a time and do it when I can and not beat myself up too much when I can't, which is almost never. Like honestly, I can sit and hang out and chill. And I've structured it a lot better so we get sexier outfits as we get more subs, and it's just I'm making it my baby right now. So if you would follow my Twitch, I would appreciate that. That'll be the first link in the description before my link tree with all my other links if you want to go ahead and support it. It's PG. You might have to click a little mature content thing, but it's just PG. I did get a pool so we could do bikini streams though. So that should be fun. Hope to see you there and on the spicy sites where I make all of my money. That's where you can support me the most, and it's the most fun, to be honest. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video. Seriously, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm super curious. Bye, guys.